Okie dokie, so what we're going to do in this next video is we're going to go back and fix cores in our Django app. So basically, if you don't know what cores are, cores is a feature that is in all browsers where the browser is going to prevent one website from making an API request to another website. In order for that request to be successful, the site receiving the request has to give permission. The way it does it is through certain headers called cores headers. So you can generally define the headers yourself in the framework, but Django's kind of complicated, so where to do that would be not necessarily very obvious. Or most frameworks have some sort of middleware or library you can install that does this for you. So that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to copy that. We're going to head over to, we have to go back to our backend app. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to open up my backend folder in terminal. I'm going to make sure I'm in my virtual environment, work on Django. Okay, and then we're going to pip install Django cores headers. Of course, that means I need to update my requirements.txt, so I'll do that too. So pip freeze requirements.txt. So that updates our requirements.txt. So just to make sure, let me go to requirements.txt in our backend folder and make sure now it has cores headers. Good. Okay, so now let's go back to this website. So like PyPy, this is where you can kind of see all the different like packages for Python. And first thing we need to do is add it to our installed apps. So cores headers. Okay, and then we need to add this middleware. Okay. So let's just make sure. So this needs to be, so this is what we need to put in there. So I'm gonna head over to my settings.py. That's gonna be into do settings.py. First install the apps. That can just be right after this. Cores middleware. Let me just make sure that's what it was. Cores headers. Okay, and then we just want to inject this kind of as high as possible. So I'll just inject at the top. So that way it just sets the headers first thing out of the gate. Because generally the way the middleware works is that it runs the first middleware, then the second middleware. And what each thing is doing is just processing the request and response objects as they go along. And then after that, I think all we have to do is add one property, because I want to allow all headers. So not here, we can specify with specific origins. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to just do cores allow all origins and just set that to true. So after the middleware, I guess it really doesn't matter where, but equals true. That way that's set to true, and then this should work. So what we're going to do is just update our code. Git add dot git commit dash m cores git push origin main, and then let's head over to Heroku. Okay, I want to go back to actually I just want to go back to my main page. Django backend. Okay, it's building. Let's check it out. Make sure it builds all fine. Coffee. Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Okay, I gotta start getting paid for advertising. Okay, we're waiting. It's taking a while. I should probably take SQLite 3 out of the requirements.txt because it's not really needed. Waiting. Back to overview. Build in progress. That is taking a good long time. Meanwhile, let me just make sure that my app server is still running. I don't think it is. Go back here. Yeah, no, so let me restart that, npm start. So that's me starting the front end server. My to-do list, Control-Shift-I, so we have the DevTools. We will try that out as soon as I know that this is done. Okay, good, it's making progress. Okay, all part of dev life, you know, these frequent repetitions of the build process. Okay, and it's launching and it's done. Okay, cool. So then theoretically, if we fix the problem, we should get our response and see it console logged here. So again, it's Alex Merced, cheese, and success. We got our token. Good. Okay, and then if I go to components and I take a look inside app, the state has access to the tokens, the refresh and the access token. So overall, goody. We fixed the cores issue. I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll take the next step where you'll be logged in, it'll push you to another page, and that page will pull all the to-dos and kind of go from there. But you guys are starting to get the idea of kind of how we do this. It's just like any other API. You just make your requests to the API using the fetch function. Okay, React doesn't have to do anything special just because this is your API. So see you guys soon.